Several states have proposed requirements that products with genetically modified organisms must be labeled as such. How could this affect agriculture in the years to come?
Due to the downturn of the agriculture economy, agricultural producers are racing to remain profitable in this hard time.
We'll discuss the implications of local food movements, not only in American agriculture, but in Webster County. Good evening, Webster County. My name is Lainey Mitchell.
And my name is Maddie Mitchell, and this is Channel 5 News at 5. Let's take a look at our forecast for the week with meteorologist Olivia Utley.
Thanks, Maddie. And now for a look at the weather in Webster County for this week. As you can see, it's quite sporadic. So in Clay, Kentucky, we'll be receiving a line of showers coming from the west. And with this, the Traverado River will be an exceeding amount of rain. With this, a tsunami could occur at any moment. So residents of the Clay area and Black Ford, J.C. Knoll, please be aware of your surroundings at all times. Now, as you can see, we're just going to travel a little bit to Dixon. And here, we're going to have a line of snow. So this might call for a link to learn day 3, so make sure you complete all your work. With this snow, we're going to head on east, down to the Providence and Slaughters area. Now, this has happened before, so you should know what precautions to take. Please know your surroundings at all times. Board up your windows if you have to, because this hurricane is strong. It has never hit like this before. Please know what you are doing. It is essential. Now, traveling up north to Seabury. Sunny and 75. You folks are going to have a great weekend. Break out the bikinis, go for a stroll in the park, because the weather will be awesome. Oh. What? Okay. Just in, breaking weather news. Up here in the pool area, a tornado is forming. With this cold front and this hot front, they're coming in, clashing together, creating this storm. In all needs, this rotation is powerful. It will take down houses, it will hurt your cattle, hurt your crops. Do whatever you can to stay safe. So hide your kids, hide your wives, because this storm is dangerous. I repeat, this storm is dangerous. So now, as you can see, Channel 5 News at 5, the weather forecast for Webster County, Kentucky. So please stay safe in all these crazy weathers in the next possible days. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Liv. Now let's check out sports with Elizabeth Waller.
Thanks, ladies. In sports news, the Kentucky Wildcats defeated the Auburn Tigers 92-72 in collegiate basketball action. Malik Monk, the star player for the Cats, scored 24 points, breaking into the double digits. In football news, Tony Romo was hurt once again for the Dallas Cowboys, but Steph Curry stepped up to fill the void, scoring 3 home runs to defeat the Green Bay Packers, and boom goes the dynamite. In local news, our Lady Trojans take on Central in varsity basketball action tonight. Come out and support our...
Oh, sorry, Liz. Just in. Local farmers are concerned when agriculture economy takes a turn for the worst. Let's take it out to the field with Emma Eastwood to learn more about the downfall with local farmer Brad Mitchell.
Thanks, girls. Today I'm here with Brad Mitchell, local farmer in Clay. Today we're here to talk about the downturn of the ag economy. So, Brad, how has it affected you?
Well, it's kind of took the, I wouldn't say the fun out of farming, just took the easy part out of farming. You gotta watch what you do.
Yeah. What steps have you took to make the best profit off of production during this time?
We're trying to cut costs where we can and not hurt ourselves. You know, we're trying to not really cut out fertilizer, but squeeze it back to the minimum. We're not building the ground like we have been. We're just kind of putting what we need there.
Yeah, how have farmers responded in this area?
Everybody's cutting back. You was seeing the new equipment going by, and now everybody's kind of hanging on to what they had. We tried to make update things when things were good, and kind of save up some for the bad times. We knew they were coming, and I think they're here now, so maybe they won't stay long.
Thanks, Brad. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Emma, for that report. We'll be right back after this short break.
Has your grain bin been smelling like a skunk lately? Has your grain bin been taking the walk in the park lately?
Has your grain bin been singing itself to sleep at night?
Do any of these grain bin problems apply to you? If so, come on down to Mitchell Brothers Farms.
And we will be sure to meet your grain bin needs.
And we're back! Local farmers are concerned when several states have proposed requirements that everything containing a GMO be labeled. Let's take it to the field with Elizabeth Waller, who is there to talk with local farmer Shane Mitchell.
All right. Thanks, ladies. Today we're here with Shane Mitchell of Mitchell Farms, and we are kind of discussing the topic that's the breaking news today about the Kentucky legislature possibly passing the GMO Labeling Act. So, how do you feel about GMOs?
Well, if it wasn't for GMOs, the food supply would be, near nothing. Since they come out with all that, it's been cheaper to grow grain. You grow more bushels. It's increased supply, just tremendous. If they go to labeling the GMOs, I don't know if it would affect most of the people around here. Probably not, but you get in the big cities, it's probably going to affect a lot. And when it does that, it's going to drive the price of the GMOs up. It's going to cost a lot to eat, and there's not enough out there right now to, feed everybody.
And so you don't feel like, what is your kind of opinion on the labeling in stores? Do you feel like it's necessary, or?
Well, no, I don't, but that's my opinion. City people probably would want to know and probably wouldn't need it, but, it's a different world than it was before the GMOs. People want to eat healthy and.
How do you feel that the prices will change if this act gets passed? What is going to be the prices at the grain elevator in regards to GMO versus non-GMO grain?
Already it's like 40 cents more for non-GMO grain for non-GMO grain versus the GMO grain. I'll get that out in a minute. So I would say for sure if they're going to have to grow more bushels, they're going to have to make that a bigger number. Okay. It'll have to go up.
Yeah, so we just kind of had a little brief with Mr. Shane Mitchell here, and we just kind of discussed the breaking news of the GMOs. And we just want to say thank you for giving us a minute of your time here so we could discuss the breaking news today. And we'll send it back to you ladies in the studio. Thank you.
Thanks, Liz and Farmer Shane. Now we are more educated on the farmer's perspective of GMOs.
The local food movement is taking the world by storm. Has it affected our county positively? Let's find out with Elizabeth Waller and Vicki Shadrick at the Webster County Extension Office.
Thanks, ladies. Today we're here at the Webster County Extension Office with Miss Vicki Shadrick, who is Webster County's Agriculture and Natural Resources Extension Agent, and she had a whole lot to do with our new locals 1WC Farmers Market. And so today we're going to be talking about the importance of the local food movement in American agriculture. And the first thing I wanted to ask is, how has having a local farmers market kind of affected our community?
It's brought the community together as a whole. It's been a win-win situation, not just for the producer, not just for the consumer. It brings the two groups of people together. It gives the producers an outlet to be able to sell what they grow. It gives the consumers a place to buy their food locally, which is very important. It's a movement, like you just said, and it's just a great opportunity for those groups, but also for the community. It was a big buy-in from community partners as well to be a part of it, and it just kind of brought the community together.
Okay. And so, was there a lot of positive response to the products sold at the market, or what was kind of the consumer response to the farmers market?
We had a huge response, positive response, bigger than what we actually thought. The first few weeks we had over 100 customers come through and buy a product. That's a big number for Webster County. And so when you think about it being a small county, relatively small county, and with the times, it was on a Wednesday from 2 to 6, so we wasn't really sure how that would affect people coming, but it was huge. And we had a really big variety of products, and so that kept people coming back. And even though there wasn't a lot of vendors, we only had 7 vendors that came regularly, but within those we had a variety of fruits and vegetables. We had freezer beef that was sold, eggs. I mean, we just had a huge variety, which kept people coming back.
Okay. And what do you think that the importance of people knowing where their food comes from, and really, what is the importance that the local food movement will play in our community and in American agriculture?
Well, knowing where your food comes from is very, very important, especially in today's time, because you have to know, you have to be educated. Education is the key. And what types of food you choose, that's a personal choice, whether you go organic, non-organic, whether you go GMO, non-GMO. There's not a right answer and there's not a wrong answer. But education is the key, because you can't believe everybody. So it's very important to know where your food comes from, and then choose that based on what you feel is best for you and your family. And we try to start young, because you would be surprised how many adults don't really know where their food comes from. And so this has given us another platform to be able to teach people where their food comes from and to highlight our producers and get Webster County on the map. And so knowing that movement is extremely important, and I hope that it continues to move in a positive direction.
All right. Well, we thank you so much, Ms. Shadrick, and we'll head back to you ladies in the studio. Thank you.
Thanks, Liz and Vicki. Make sure to check out your 1WC Farmers Market and check their Facebook page for their opening dates.
That's all for today. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for more agricultural events.
This has been Channel 5 News at 5.
That's all, folks.